and makes the save. 3, 2, 1, and the Minto Cup is going home.
The 1997 Canadian Junior A champ.
The Adanacs in the Minto Cup in 2016.
For the third time in the last 8 years, our Minto Cup champions.
Not really.
One of the benefits of a new season is the clean slate that it offers.
I've grown up in Coquitlam my entire life. Always coming out to junior A games from the beginning. Started playing in mini tyke. As soon as I could pick up a stick, I was basically on the floor.
5 years old, started mini tyke out here in Coquitlam. Ever since then, just stick in my hands. My dad was kind of a big influence in that. He had a wooden stick in the basement that he played with growing up, so I was messing around with that at home. Yeah, pretty much history from there, like just lacrosse ever since.
Grew up playing in Ridge Meadows for my minor lacrosse under my dad, Darren Fridge, who recently coached me last season. Played Team BC, met a lot of these guys along the way. And then with me now living in Coquitlam, I just got signed with them, started my junior season, and been with them ever since.
Born and raised in Coquitlam, my brother played Inter A. So that's where I really got into it when I was about 3 years old.
But it also provides opportunities for new faces to come in and find success.
So the answer to that is kind of twofold. The way I like to approach things, and it's kind of in the club as well, is we like to think 2 years ahead. No matter what, we have depth charts and we like to kind of identify needs 2 years ahead of time. From there, I can go watch Junior B in Ontario, like where we found Orpana. Connor Knock too. I mean, we kind of lucked into that one. I'll talk about that later, I'm sure. But just identifying players that might fit our needs down the line. And then in season, obviously you learn a lot about players, whether they're struggling this year or excelling this year. Kind of injuries can play a role, and just recalling players I've seen in our league or in Ontario or in Alberta even, and just applying how they could fit our team and our needs, no matter their skill level. Like, it's not always about skill, it can be about determination, work ethic, physicality is a big thing. Depending on what we lack, we kind of identify players that bring those roles. On a ranking system I kind of have created and bring them in based on that.
Enter speed and skill. What was so appealing for you to ultimately wind up in Coquitlam?
With that kind of combination of like really good talent, really great coaches, and just kind of like the legacy that Coquitlam has with winning a Minto, and winning Minto is obviously what I wanted to do, and that's why I wanted to come here. So it was pretty easy to pick.
One appeal was like the mountains. I love views and I love like going hiking and all that stuff. Obviously the competition. We're hosting the Minto Cup this year. I really wanted to come out here and play. My brother came out here in 2019 and he said he had an unreal experience. He played in the Minto Cup here in Langley in 2019. So they hosted nationals out here and I was in midget. So I came out here for Team First Nations and I fell in love with how everything looked. I love the ocean, I love the mountains, I love the trees, everything. And I just wanted to come out here. That's just, like I've always wanted to. It was like a dream of mine to come out here.
Yours? Yeah, he is hilarious. It's super fun to just be around him. He's a funny dude, always cracking jokes, always saying something stupid, but he's awesome. We love him. So.
What can I say about Colsey? He's a great guy, personable, great smile, always smiling. Loves salt and pepper. He's the chef on our team. He grinds. He's gritty. For a lot of Americans that I know, there's some who don't want to get in the mud and work, but he's definitely someone who, if he doesn't perform well one game, he's gonna get a hat trick the next, and he's gonna keep grinding and show everybody that he's able to be here.
The real important thing that I want us to always think about when we go into games, that especially we're going in against a team that we haven't played, we think, we may think something about how they played against Burnaby and how they're going to be, that we got to put that shit out of our head. Like really what we should be focused on is how we're going to play and what we're going to bring. I don't want us to be a team that goes out there and waits to see how we're going to play. You get what I mean? Like we're going to wait and see what they bring and then we'll adjust to that. We start up here and we force them to come meet us. That's the way it should always be. We fucking start and we finish fucking hard. Good? Let's go. Let's go.
With 2 games and 2 wins already under their belt to start the 2024 regular season, the dominance of the Adanacs has already begun to show itself once again. The tone gets set early, and the A's quickly jump out to a 3-0 lead with goals from Jackson Dillon, Nathan Chalmers, and 50-year veteran Ryan Fabro. All of that before Poco cuts the lead down to 1 ahead of the intermission.
It's so easy to hate the Adanacs, but it's also, now that I'm here and maybe drank a bit of the Kool-Aid, a bit of the Tom Brady effect, right? You hate them because they win.
As the game marches on, with both teams trading chances shot for shot, it's the goaltenders, Ashton Brown and Jack Kask, who end up stealing the spotlight. And despite Coquitlam's miraculous efforts, this nail-biter would eventually head off to overtime. But the success isn't guaranteed, and it's certainly not just given. The first game this season against crosstown rivals, the Port Coquitlam Saints, proved to be a reminder of that.
Obviously, you don't like to see your team lose. After we lost in overtime, I remember texting to the group chat of all the guys from the team last year that like we looked scared, we looked small, we looked a little bit timid to go in the middle, and it looked like Poco with a bigger defense, bigger team was dominating us on the offensive end especially.
And then there's the added pain for guys not in the lineup and having to watch from afar.
I mean, it's been a little tough, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time like I've really been injured for an entire season. I've usually always like stayed healthy throughout my career, so this was definitely a little bit a hard pill to swallow, to say the least, and trying to do my most off the floor, you know, keeping in touch with the older guys, trying to get a temperature check as best as you can from the other side of the country, but you know, I'm just trying to stay involved as much as I can, whether that be a quick text before the game, getting the guys fired up, or, you know, just talking with the vets and getting a read on what's going on, how guys are feeling, how guys are playing. But yeah, just trying to do my best to stay involved and not make myself a stranger in the corner.
So you always wish you're on the floor playing with your boys, but these new guys in town, you gotta let them get their reps in, but it's tough to see them walk into the change room, heads down, you're trying to cheer them up a bit, but you know, they just came off a tough loss, so there's nothing much you could do but get back to it next practice, keep working.
Luckily though, a short-term memory can be another one of those benefits. The Adanacs would find themselves back on the road already for the 6th time in the regular season. But it's their first real look at the Burnaby Lakers since their preseason defeat back in April. Speed and skill are early factors once again, this time leading to Jackson Fridge scoring his first goal of the campaign, as well as another power play marker courtesy of Chalmers.
I think it really is important to have those challenges, have those setbacks. It kind of gives you a good feel of the group and how guys respond in certain situations. And I think honestly the regular season is that time to be making mistakes, making adjustments, seeing what works good for us, what doesn't. But yeah, it's long, it's hard. And you got to rely on your brothers to kind of keep you going, keep your head on straight, and keep pushing through. Because we're all doing it for each other at the end of the day. So.
But the score through 20 minutes remains just 2-0.
Wayne's over there saying, fucking good job, boys, good job. Let's fucking go, right? Let's go. 2-0's fucking nothing.
Early adversity for a team that usually has no problem filling the net.
Yo. All right, boys, eh? Only way they beat us is with reverse transition, right? Our defense is fucking shutting the door on them. Oh, we gotta make sure we get back. We talked about that. Commit to the fucking little things on our every shift. Every shift we all work together as one. We grind them down. The next shift goes out, we roll even harder. And we just keep going and going and going. It's almost like we have 3 good shifts and then we step back. 2 shifts, step back. Right? Fuck that. We need to dial it all up. Okay? This is a tough part to play. It's fucking tough. But what the fuck do you want to do? Go out here and fucking just mail it in? No fucking way. We should be up 8 buzz right now. Grind them away. If we fucking work as a unit, every shift, if we all band together, the next shift goes up and do the same thing, it's over. Okay? It's all about us, our 3 things: discipline, commitment, effort, right? Whatever we want to do here is on us. We let them have a little bit of fucking leeway there. Knock them out of the park.
Fuck yeah, Tasker! Good ball! Good ball!
After trading goals to start the second, the Lakers have started to find some footing and some momentum, leading up to their captain Joel McCormick scoring one more time to close out the period and cut the lead down to 1. Burnaby has outscored Coquitlam 3-2 in the second and can taste a comeback.
We want to beat the shit out of you, and once they do, we get in the middle. Keep feeding those in the middle.
Because once they start expecting us in the middle, the outside shots are going to work. And you know we can snipe on this fucking outside.
Like these goalies, like we've seen this goalie before, and earlier this season he was with Langley. It gets frustrating, and then you start taking more dumb shots, and you start like getting antsy, and you want to score, and you have to make a play. Or if we just stick to our process, we could, like, they're gonna drop. I think we just got too antsy, and we just like felt like we needed to score, and it was a tough battle. It was a good. They're a gritty team. They're a really gritty team.
Now, just 20 minutes remain, and the home team gets exactly the start they needed. It wasn't for a lack of effort. The chances were most certainly there. It was the execution that was just off.
From what I felt is they were prepared for us. They were very prepared. They watched their film. They practiced. They learned how we had all played as individuals and as a unit, and that gave them a lot of success against us. It was also our first real time dealing with like being behind in a game, I believe. Like, I mean, we've been behind in the first couple minutes, but after that, like, we take the lead and we stay with the lead. So, and I think that we didn't respond in the best way necessarily there. Wasn't as much positive energy on the bench as there should have been. Like, offense was not producing. I mean, our defense did our job that game, but our offense, I think it was 5 goals, definitely was not producing at the level we should have been.
I prefer to seal the high guy, okay? Dilly, you gotta fucking, don't just go on an angle though, you gotta pop up here, turn, hold it when you come up, you're looking like you're gonna shoot it, it's just in there. You got your decision, you got 2 seconds here, you can fucking take it. Listen, if this guy here, if you seal the top guy, that guy goes with Dilly, Charney's open inside. Okay? So yeah, and listen, if Cozy, if you go inside the pick, everybody's locked off over here, it's 2-on-1 with you and Jordy, okay? Listen, if they lock off in power play formation, okay, we go right the fucking way. Just a top pick, come around, fucking have our looks, okay?
The Burnaby Lakers hand the Adanacs their second loss of the season in an uncharacteristically low-scoring game. The "what's next" mantra becomes the new focus, in addition to the reminder that the guys can hunt for retribution against the very same team in just a mere 48 hours.
In Burnaby, it's tough. It's a big arena. Hard to find your spacing on offense, hard to find your spacing on defense. They also have a former Coquitlam player as a coach, Ty Yanko, and I think, strictly speculation, I think they prepare to play against us. And you look at their scores against other teams, it's never that tight. And you know what, it's smart. They know that if they want to make it to where they want to make it, they're going to have to go through us probably. And it's difficult early on, but our guys will always find a way. And you look at our coaching staff, those are 3 guys that do nothing but watch film and prepare. And I have full confidence in our players, in our staff, and everything, that we're going to be fully prepared for them no matter what. We, for as long as I've been here, I've always maintained a what's next attitude. We score a goal, pretty goal that's like highlight reel, everyone's doing and awing, it's automatically what's next, face off. We get scored on to go down a goal with 30 seconds left, no one's like, oh, bummed out, it's what's next, win that face off.
With the trade deadline looming, the Adanacs have singled out an asset and made the necessary moves to acquire University of Denver product Noah Manning from the Victoria Shamrocks. A move made in part to send a message to the team.
Welcome, Noah Manning, eh? Good fucking sign, man. That should be right there. That should let you know what the team is fucking wanting to do here, eh? We're not fucking around. We're not fucking around.
The top attackman growing up, committed to Denver, went to school. I commit to Georgetown, rival schools. See them in the regular season this year. Luckily for them, they got the best of us this time. But no, it's always been a great matchup. We've been butting heads since day one. Off the floor, it's all love, but we definitely go after each other on the floor. I think it makes both of us better. And I really appreciate that kind of relationship with him, because it's pushed me to be better and always, you know, strive to be the best I can be, because I know I can't let Manning get the best of me.
So me and Manning have actually played for, I have no idea how long, but ever since we were little kids, we played field together, and Team BC obviously ever since Pee Wee, and so I've known him for a good amount of time, and then at the same time for junior competed against him, and we've obviously had bad blood, but also good blood in a sense, because he'd give me a shot in Vic, and then I'd give him a shot back here, and obviously with losing to them 2 years ago in playoffs and then beating them last year in playoffs and going to the Minto, it's definitely been a back and forth battle between me and him, but it's awesome to have him on our team now. He's a great asset.
So Noah has been a very successful junior A player out here for 4 years now, going back to the COVID year. Back then, you know, rookie year, he was still putting up 4 points a game. Big name going to Denver and everything. Very high IQ. He can play great in the 2-man, successful in the 3-man, can quarterback a power play. Again, a player we identified early on before the season even started as someone that kind of gets us to that next level. Would have been highly sought after by other teams as well, but we jumped on it right away. Like I said, we're thinking 2 years ahead.
So there's a difference between being confident and arrogant. We have every right to be confident in how we played and our fucking record, but we shouldn't be arrogant, man. We need to fucking work. Remember what makes us good? That game, we didn't fucking work. We didn't work as a team. We didn't do our fucking jobs. So we all know what we want to do to these guys tonight. We all know we want fucking payback for the other night, but you can't just go out there and get payback. It doesn't fucking work that way. You actually have to do your fucking job. Go do the little things that make us fucking good as a team. You can't be thinking we want to beat these guys. I gotta be thinking I'm gonna outwork them. I'm gonna fucking outwork them. I'm gonna make them fucking fight for every inch of the fucking floor. And they're gonna fucking fold. Let's go.
Just like last time, the start was no problem whatsoever. A 3-1 lead through 20 minutes of action, featuring some big-time saves, big-time efforts, and so far, just minor adjustments to be made.
I think we've been scoring from all over the floor, like outside, inside. We've really been like making their heads spin when we're on offense, which is really good. I still think we can bring up the intensity though. Like we're still a little bit lackadaisical getting on the floor, getting off the floor. So I think we can really just bring up the intensity. That'll give us more opportunities this period.
Yeah.
I mean, just gotta keep doing what we're doing too.
I think we're picking our shots great. We just gotta. It's gonna come like last game, but fucking very.
So are you seeing that short side like from the outside?
Oh yeah. That's where it was last game. If you fucking like hedge you once, he moves.
I missed it by like that much. You fucking you like pull it a little bit and then that whole side.
He's just so jumpy. Like one move from you, and he's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, they're fighting through the picks pretty hard. So when we're actually the guy setting the pick, you gotta find the shoulder and just slow him up from fighting through. Because we actually want him to fight through it, but we need to slow him up a little bit. So Chomps has the ball. If we're going to set the pick, the guy's fucking fighting through it. We got to make sure we're getting that angle and that shoulder to get that stop. And then when he fights through, your roll is wide open. So the guy can get top side. We can either swing it into the roller or look into the roller. Like at the beginning of the game, the first 2 or 3 shifts, we had a bunch on the right side there and a couple on the left side. As the game went on, we stopped making quality picks. Okay, so it's important to find that shoulder. If they want to fight through it, like set that early pick, set it, get it in the right spot, and just like let him go. Right? Once our guy's gone, you let him go and you're gone. Okay? And if we're going to do that, so if I got the ball and the pick's coming, don't just do one step and look in. Get over top. You might get to the dotted line. If you got the shot, take it. And then when you're looking at the net, you'll see the roller. And if it's not there, swing it over. A couple times we had the swing across, and we had our rollers going, and we didn't see it. So every swing, have your fucking eyes up, looking in the middle. Because if we keep attacking them there, what's going to happen is they're going to start to collapse. Then when we go topside, we'll get those free shots. Okay? First 2 or 3 shifts as well, or maybe 4 shifts, we're up the pipes. We're getting some goals, we're hitting pipes, we're just missing. We got to a point where all we started doing was going for top corners and going for the 5-ball. Just stick it, like Dilly's shot was a beauty. All he did was boom, baited it, held it, and then cut short side, hips. Right? It doesn't have to be hard. If you just hold your stick like that, he's gonna jump up, and you got that hit. Okay, so let's just keep on dialing that. And when you're on the bench, start thinking about that, right? Like, fuck. If I get that shot, the pass real quick inside, I'm just going right down. So Jordas Ferreira, you have that inside entry one there. When you get that ball, whenever you guys get that ball for that inside look, it's just basically in your stick and out of your stick, right? In your stick or out. If you have time, you'll know. But if the guy's on you, catch it, just fucking rip it. Don't try to beat the guy because you only got like 2 steps.
And those minor adjustments seem to be working when Parker Kennedy and Jackson Dillon scored 2 goals in less than 2 minutes, until Ethan Malott and Joe McCormick found a way to drag their team back into the fight and close the gap. Again, momentum started to roll in, and with 4 straight goals in the third period, the Lakers tied the game, took the lead, and added an insurance marker.
Yeah, I think they were obviously a super talented team, and Wandler and Net played really, really well. I think we had 2 bad shooting days. Back to back. I feel like we weren't all playing together as a unit on offense. And obviously we dropped the first one, and then we were thinking, yeah, it's just a fluke. Like we're coming back. We have a game in whatever it was, 2-3 days. And then we played them again, and kind of that same thing happened where it didn't feel like we were on the same page, and we drop another game.
And just like that, for the first time since 2008, Coquitlam drops back-to-back games at the hands of the Burnaby Lakers, which warrants, at the very least, a look in the mirror.
Funny, a lot of teams celebrate beating Coquitlam like it's the biggest prize they've ever won. And I think that really, really sits unwell with a lot of the players. And I know for myself, I'll look down a hallway and see teams celebrating and just adds fuel to my fire. I'm not even on the floor. And I know the next game we play after a loss, we tend to rise up to that occasion and let them know.
We have no fucking clue someone's behind us checking us, where they have the composure to like be strong on their stick and reach around our fucking goalie. That's just one of like 1,000. Defensively, they like ran through us a bunch of times, and we talked about it, and some guys made adjustments. Miller at the end there, like fucking is saying, I'm not getting run by. This is only good if we learn from this.
Yeah, I think it was more of like self-inflicted wounds throughout that whole series. I guess those 2 games, because we just kept making mistakes that we could do, like we could fix on our own. Like it was like constant silly mistake. It was like constant like dumb mistakes that like we could fix, and they just capitalized on those. And then that's what really won in the game. I don't think they're a better team than us at all. Like I think when we see them in playoffs, we're really going to buckle down. And
they're just another good team. Definitely lights a little bit of a fire under our asses because we want to, get back at them. But yeah, I mean, sour taste in my mouth for sure about that, knowing I couldn't really do much about it. So.
Bumps in the road are going to happen. Oftentimes, it's the teams that experience adversity that also experience long-term success. Or, in other words, what's next?
Very dramatic.